Yo, all right.
Yep.
So we might as well just get after it, man.
All
Because
right.
this thing is a little different than I remember it being since it wants to run through my OBS studios now. But welcome everybody behind them sticks. Just a little quick update episode. I got my boy Matt Likes Games with me today. What's going on, brother?
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a very exciting day. How are you doing, man?
Not too bad at all. Just chilling. Just chilling. I mean, this acquisition, I mean, we have to talk about that, right?
Yes. We really do. We really do.
Yeah, man. So like please tell me, what was your thoughts? Like how did like did you roll out of bed and see this
Yeah.
and were like,
I
is
I
that how it
got up
happened?
I woke up late. I woke up around like 12 and I checked Twitter and I saw this was trending and I thought it was like for some reason I thought it was a troll. I went to Xbox's page. I thought this is a troll. I saw all the retweets, all the likes, all the replies. I'm like, this is for. Then I saw like Jason Schreier tweeting about it. I saw, God, who else? I mean, just anybody in the industry tweeting about this, and it's. I can't believe it's real. I just can't believe it's
Yeah,
real. I still
man.
can't.
Got
I
all
still can't
these
believe this.
all these old school console receipts right here looking messy. But yeah, dude. But but anyways, yeah, man. I woke up to actually Asterisk sent me a message this
Mhm.
morning saying, "Can you believe it?" And I was like, or like I don't remember exactly, but it was on that level, saying like, "Can you can you believe that just happened?" And I was just like, and I just sent him back like, what happened?" And he's like, and he's like, Activision is getting purchased. Activision Blizzard's getting purchased, or Xbox is going to get that. Like,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to. And I heard. I ended up hearing from a different show I was watching throughout the day that it's supposed to be finalized sometime around like June of
Oh.
2023. So
Oh yeah.
like so that is like just some serious news to be out there, and most of the even the biggest content creators out there, like, they didn't see this coming.
No one did. No
No,
one saw this coming.
I mean, please, do you have any history with any of these previous games that were like, because when I think of Activision, I think of nostalgia, old
Yes.
things, and like things
Yes.
that I want to come back, and like what this purchase could mean for Game Pass and my nostalgia plus moving forward with that.
Yes. I mean, obviously, as a kid, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater was huge. I mean, Tony Hawk's Underground 1 and 2. You had like the Spider Man games, Spider Man 1, 2, and I'm pretty sure 3 was also published by Activision, also. And then obviously, I mean, everybody played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and 3, Black Ops 1, 2. I mean, they have so many games. And I'm not even counting like Diablo. Diablo is massive. It's just not my kind of game, but it's there. StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Candy Crush. I mean, it's an extensive list of games that they have. It's an extensive list of IP they have. I mean, we were talking before the show about true crime. True
Yeah,
crime is there. Like,
I'm
there's
extremely excited for that.
so many things that they own now. Crash Bandicoots. It's insane. It is crazy.
Yeah, I'm kind of dumbfounded by
Yeah.
what's to come in the near future with all that, because
Yep.
it has to be something like jaw dropping. And I was even talking with Loke about it earlier. Like, there could be something crazier in the background going on with like mobile gaming, and you know how Sega was talking about teaming up with Microsoft to make like a
Yeah.
super game, and I'm just wondering like, and I even heard from another podcast that like some, Microsoft is doing this for the metaverse kind of
Huh.
stuff, and I'm just like there's just so many directions that you could reach for this thing.
Yes.
PC gaming, you got WoW, Diablo. Um, I mean, as you said
StarCraft.
earlier, oh yeah, StarCraft,
Yep.
and then mobile, you got Candy Crush, and I'm sure they got plenty of other ones in mobile
Yeah.
that I don't even know about. But just Candy Crush alone brings. I think I
Dude,
heard some like crazy number like their profit throughout their whole time of existence has been like 700 billion or something like
yeah.
that.
Dude, Candy Crush brings grandmothers, like your great aunts play Candy Crush. Like anybody plays Candy Crush. Literally anybody. Like I've played it every now and then on my phone just to pass time. And anybody plays Candy Crush. Like it's just that game alone. I mean, obviously that game's not going to get like anybody super hyped who's a hardcore gamer, but it's like that game alone, the profit that game brings is just insane. And then you add on that Call of Duty plus World of Warcraft plus Diablo. It's just it's a crazy acquisition. A crazy acquisition.
Yeah, man, it's insane. What is like something like this is a question I asked you on the first show that me and you had of Behind Them Sticks. This is
Yeah.
like a little 2.0 quick little hit kind of thing. What is two Activision games that you would bring back?
God. I mean, I want I want Spyro. Selfishly, I want Spyro. Um, and I want it's tough. You know what? Tony Hawk's Underground. Give me a Tony Hawk's Underground 3. I want that.
Tony
Yeah.
Hawk
That's
Underground 3.
yeah. I'm gonna go with those two.
You want a repeat of something, but like what do you want it brought to like the
Dude, I want
standards of today,
yeah, I
or
want
kind
the
of
standard
like
dude. What they did with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, but underground. Like how they remade one and two just underground. Or just do a remake of Underground 1 and 2. In this exact same vein that you did that. Bring in new music, bring back some of the old music. There, it would be fantastic. I would love it.
yeah, man. I was kind of thinking of this myself, and one obvious one was True Crime.
Mm-hmm.
Um, True Crime Streets of LA. Gotta have that back again. Um, I mean, obviously they can't do games like Spider Man, and probably can't do
Yeah,
any kind of X Men thing.
yeah,
So a second one is kind of up in the air. And what I wanted to just kind of do real quick is just list off a few of these games because they got a lot of games, and I'm
mm-hmm.
kind of also thinking this is going to do wonders for back compat when they're going after licensing and stuff like that. So like
Yeah,
Phil said that that was a frustrating thing, and then that he wanted to do that, and I'm certain that this had a piece of it. It wasn't a big chunk of the pie, but it was probably a good slice of it,
yeah,
like a good slice of it. And I mean, they have a lot of stuff from back in the day. I mean, I'm not going to go all the way back to the '80s to like stuff like Pitfall and stuff
okay,
like that. Like, I'm
all
not going to
right,
go there. But I do want to like make note of some of these games. Like they had their hands in like Quake, um,
yep.
Battle Zones, Sin, uh, Vigilante 8. We were talking about that a little.
Vigilante 8, dude.
Yes.
Yes,
Vigilante 8 was an absolute banger back in the day, especially when
it
you
was.
I mean, obviously it wasn't as sought after as Twisted Metal was,
Yeah,
but it was a good game to be able to play when you just kind of
Yeah.
wanted a break from Twisted Metal, and it wasn't like a quick play and done. It was like, oh man, this is pretty cool. I'm actually into
Yeah.
this game for a while.
You put
It
time into it.
it like kind of like Phoenix Rising is to Zelda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
like
All
like like
right.
like, like a fantastic standalone game on its own, but we all know where you got it from.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. So other game, big game, Tenchu. Everybody knows
Okay.
Call of Duty, obviously. Star Trek, which is interesting. I don't know if they'd want to bring that back, especially since somebody's already working on a new Star Trek as of right
Yeah, that's
now.
true. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. And as you said earlier, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Soldier of Fortune. That was actually a really good
Soldier of
game.
Fortune. What is
Yeah.
Soldier of Fortune? Hold on.
That game was out, I believe, for the original Xbox. I know it was out for like the
I
PS,
remember this game.
the
I remember this
PlayStation.
game.
I'm pretty sure it was out for the Xbox though.
See, I
Eventually,
see one on PS3. I remember that. I don't remember the one on Xbox.
yeah, man, because that game came out in 2000. It was an older
Oh,
game.
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
but Lost Kingdoms is also
Yeah.
an Activision Blizzard game. They had their hands in a Doom game, which was only three. But
Mhm.
I mean, it's just kind of cool seeing some of these games that we already have developers that are making these games, and maybe they
Yes.
could like when you need help, they have somebody that has had experience or has or knows somebody that has tools that they've
Yes.
like maybe used previously that they're like oh don't forget to add this into the game
Yeah.
that because you guys forgot to do that last time or something like
Yeah.
that. So I mean that's cool. Notable, obviously, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, Madagascar. So like
Oh my
movie
God.
games.
Madagascar?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Madagascar. Gun,
Gone. I remember Gone. Yes.
the Shrek video games.
Wow.
Um, Prototype was a really big one you were talking about earlier.
Yep.
And then as of recently, they had like SpongeBob SquarePants and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
Um, they did some work with Destiny, but I thought they parted ways.
They did. They split with Bungie. Bungie bought themselves back, I think.
Yeah, and you see, when you were saying something earlier about how that guy said, if you think that's cool, check
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah.
I feel like it might be Bungie.
Dude, if it's Bungie, I know Activision is bigger technically. Technically, Activision is obviously, but if it's Bungie,
Much bigger, yes.
it's gonna be so much more to me if they get Bungie. It'll mean so much more to me. To me personally, I know for everyone else it's Activision, but for me personally, it's Bungie,
I mean, it's
hands
just
down.
like a family reunion if Bungie
Dude,
comes in and Activision's there and Xbox is there. It's like a little family reunion.
I'd make a 30-minute video. I'll make a 30-minute video on Bungie getting bought by Xbox.
Oh man, that's fantastic. You
Dude, it's
you know
amazing.
that'd be insane.
I'd lose my
Um,
mind.
have you ever heard of Blur?
Blur, what is that? How when was that?
I, I
PS3, Xbox 360?
I don't know. I was talking to Loke about this game earlier. I have no freaking idea.
360. Blur game. It was a arcade racer. Okay. That looks pretty cool, honestly. It looks kind of like a Need for Speed clone, sort of.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. Never seen it before. So that's
Yeah.
cool. But but like I said, dude, so many good games.
Mhm.
And like I said, I don't really know so much about the mobile stuff, but that's gonna be a big deal because mobile games. Can you
Mhm.
imagine like getting an achievement for playing freaking Candy Crush?
It's an Xbox achievement for
You
Candy
know what I'm
Crush.
saying?
That would be nuts.
And you
That,
got and so like Xbox is teaming to get Activision, and they got all these other company things, and then they got Microsoft Rewards.
yep.
Can you imagine tying your Microsoft Rewards to stuff like Candy Crush?
Dude, Candy Crush, Call of Duty, dude, anything.
Or you get some Microsoft Rewards and go spend it on World of Warcraft?
Dude, on your PC, you're spending that stuff. It's just insane to think about. And speaking of World of Warcraft, because you brought that up for a second, I'm wondering, do they bring World of Warcraft to Series X and Series S? Because the CPU is there now. There's no reason not to. I mean, realistically, World of Warcraft's kind of been dying recently, according to all of its fans. That could be a way to introduce a whole bunch of new players to World of Warcraft. All that old content that we've never played.
Yeah.
I'd be down to play it. I'd try it out.
Man, I think that would be absolutely fire. There's a lot of other games I'd play if they were all in, and this is Xbox's thing.
Yeah.
I would be more inclined to play silly games like
Yes.
Candy Crush
Yes.
if I knew that it was all linked to the same network.
Exactly.
That's my
100%.
biggest deal with playing a game like Warframe. Warframe is a
Yes.
fantastic game, but
Mhm.
I started enjoying it. I didn't enjoy playing it on my Xbox One. I got a Series X and I played it for a minute, and then I got my PC with like the 3080 and everything in it. And I was like, "Fuck, I got to turn on Warframe. This is pretty dope." I got
Yeah.
in there and it was fantastic, high frames and everything like that. And then a buddy was like, "Yo, you want to get down on some Warframe?" I think it was Vinny,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, I'm playing it on a computer." Well, he's like, "Well, I'm on Xbox," and I was like, "Well,
Yeah.
I can't play with you then because there is no smart delivery. That game is not enabled with smart delivery or anything like that." So
Yeah. Well, Warframe does. I mean, I'm sure you. I think you know by now. Warframe does have an Xbox Series X and X patch.
yeah, I do know that,
Yes.
but but the distance in which I am in the game
Oh, I get
is
some
different on
transfer
my
from your
computer.
PC.
Yeah, it doesn't transfer
Yeah.
from my
Okay.
PC, so
Yeah.
I can't play that game in the state that I'm in, and I
Yeah.
just like there's certain games I like to play on my PC, and there's certain games I want to play on my console,
Yeah.
and it just is what it is. Like multiplayer Halo, PC, but and you know that because I'm
Yeah. I
always like
do.
I'll be right back, and then I hop on the
100%.
PC, but every time I'm playing the campaign, it's on the TV.
Yeah.
It's just kicking back in my recliner couch. I'm just kicking back and
Yeah.
because it's just a different experience. It's a totally different experience.
Yeah. It's
So,
relaxing.
so I'm really excited to see what Activision does with this whole, um, with all these freaking
Yeah.
games. Because all the games that I listed right here, those are just games on consoles, and
Hmm.
those are just games on consoles. That has nothing to do. And these, yeah, like I said, these are just notable games.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of niche games and stuff like that, and also not niche games that didn't make the list. Like we just said, Candy Crush, for instance.
Yeah.
That should be
Prob-
on this list, but I don't see it on here. It's
yeah.
totally notable.
Probably like the thing that earns them the most outside of Call of Duty, maybe. It's probably the thing that earns them the most money.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
I think Loke read something earlier that said Call of Duty by itself was raking in like 30 million or 300 or I'm pretty sure it's 30 million a month.
dude, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt that at
So
all.
like, oh man, I just couldn't imagine.
Dude, it's gonna be insane.
It'll pay off itself if they get it.
Easy.
But anyways, you got any other thoughts on this Activision thing before we get up out of here?
I want to ask you, what do you think about? Because when they bought Bethesda, they were pretty clear. I mean, eventually they were pretty clear about the exclusivity. Nothing's going to PlayStation. I mean, as of right now, nothing is going to PlayStation. So, what do you think happens? Because I think Overwatch, that can be the next Overwatch can be an exclusive. No one bats an eye. But Call of Duty, do you think that is exclusive to Xbox and PC, or do they put it on PlayStation?
That's rough, man. That is literally like a rough question to ask because
Yeah.
I would I would think Xbox would want to play with PlayStation for the fact that there's just that's just money from PlayStation fans.
Yes.
And
Yes.
at some point you do want your competitors' money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I feel like there will be certain games that are just like not on the table for discussion, going to both consoles because Xbox at the end of the day can be a publisher, a party publisher if they decide to. And
Yes.
and I personally don't see anything wrong with that. Because
Same.
if you do something like that with at least one thing, it doesn't have to be like a slated games like, oh, the new Spyro is also going to be on
Yeah. Yeah.
PlayStation and stuff like I think that's inappropriate. But
Yeah.
but if they just keep something that like both people like you look at the numbers, I guess, and that's what the companies do best. Look at the numbers. Where are the players at constantly? And Warzone's one of those
Yeah.
basic multiplayer. By I mean like the actual regular non-free is gonna be
Yes.
bumping. Like the last three are usually always bumping for a while, because people have their preference. Like some people still only play Modern Warfare, even
Yeah.
though there was Cold War and Vanguard, because there's a lot of fans out there that don't like Vanguard
Yeah.
or and in a Cold War. So I mean, they have that, and you can even see it when you open the game. It asks you which one do you want to play,
Exactly. It's a
because they
hub. It's
know
a Call
that
of Duty hub.
because they already know that you might not like this one, but you'll probably like this one or
Hmm.
something like that. So I think there's a possibility that they keep it open, or at least keep it open for this generation.
Yeah. I could see. Well, I don't know if I could see this, but it would be funny if if Xbox said like, okay, you were the place for Call of Duty for all of PS4's generation. PS4 and Xbox One, PS4 always got the ads for Call of Duty. I could see Microsoft in a petty world, let's say. Microsoft says, you know what? PlayStation 5 is still the home of Call of
Yeah.
Duty for the right price. For the right price. Do you want to market it? Because it can be yours. You just got to pay us. You just got to pay. Like, I don't think Microsoft would get that petty, but it's one of those things. I mean, it's interesting to think about. And because in my video, I said, I think everything is exclusive except for Call of Duty. I just can't, because right now, as it stands, I can't see that being exclusive to Xbox and PC. But if it is, then that'd be nuts. That'd be crazy.
That would be like the ultimate. It's on.
Yes.
It is on. Good
It's
luck keeping up, kind of thing. Like we are in it to shut you down, kind of
it would be a
like
power move.
that's that attitude, and I'm not sure if I'm cool with that
Yeah.
because because I mean they say they want everybody to play, and if
Yeah.
you're able to get money from the competition
Why
and
not?
keep everybody happy at the same time with this cross, generation, or like being able to play with computer players and Xbox players and PlayStation players all at the same time, like, and even like I believe like people on the phone, like people play Call of
Yep.
Duty on the phone and stuff
Yep.
like that. So I just don't see a game that's that world renowned and that loved by everybody, and most people that love that game don't care about console wars and stuff like
Exactly.
that. They just want to play the game.
Exactly.
um, I don't see that being something that gets taken from Sony for at least, like I said, at least the rest of the generation. Like if
Yeah.
something happens and they say, all right, and they advertise Call of Duty's now only going to be on Xbox platforms, and previous gen versions maybe on like the PS5 and Series X and stuff like that. Like, but going forward, it will not be on any other console or
Yeah.
whatnot, just PC and Xbox. I could see that happening, but not in the middle of a console. Not in the middle of a generation though.
Yeah. It's a lot to change. It's a lot to change. It's a big it would be a huge shock to the industry if they did that, cuz Microsoft has the money to do it. I just don't know if they will. I don't feel like they will. So we'll see. We'll see.
And we'll also kind of see if Sony decides to slap back. If
Yes.
Sony decides to do something like Microsoft just did this. If Sony decides, like we're nervous about our accessibility to a game like Call of Duty because we've had so much, exclusive content with them within the last few years, because they got to play stuff early that Xbox
Yeah.
players didn't get to play for the last little while.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be maybe some people a little nervous about that, and I'm just wondering. I mean, obviously they might have knew about this news and the workings already. Who knows what people know
Yeah.
behind closed doors?
Yeah.
But I think if they decide to slap back and do something crazy like buy an EA, or buy Ubisoft or something like that, which I just don't see Sony doing. I don't see Sony veering off that hard.
Yeah. I can't see them buying EA or Ubisoft, but I could see them buying Square.
Yeah, I could totally see. That's the one, but everybody already feels like Sony has that though.
Yeah.
At
And that's the
least
thing.
at least us people paying attention really close, it
Yeah.
feels like Square Enix is really like, here's something, but these are for PlayStation.
Exactly. I feel like just make it official, honestly. I mean, I don't know what I don't know what their asking price is, obviously, but I mean, it can't be 70 billion. It certainly can't be 70 billion. I I'd say, give them a call. Buy Square. I mean, Final Fantasy's already there, like you said. I mean, Forspoken's might as well be an exclusive. It's for 2 years, timed exclusivity. So it's like just let them have it. I mean, obviously don't let them have, but it's like one of those things, make it happen if you're
Yeah.
Sony.
Yeah, and if Sony wants to even go that direction,
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
what would be really cool with me is if Microsoft kind of did their thing and Sony did
Yes,
their thing, and like everybody. I mean, because regardless, if Sony makes a PlayStation 6, I'm there for it.
100%.
If
Easy.
Xbox makes a Series Z, or
Series
changes their
X2.
name to finally Xbox 2 or something, finally,
Yes.
which would be ideal. If anybody's
Yeah.
watching this actually gives a damn that could do something about it, just make an Xbox 2 for God's
Please.
sakes.
It should have been the 360 should have been Xbox 2. This should have been Xbox 4.
Yeah.
And the next one should be Xbox 5. I don't know what they're doing with their names. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's too much. It's too much,
Yeah,
especially for store associates. I can't imagine how people at dealing with grandmas and stuff like that.
exactly. It's confusing for them. You can't be doing that.
Yeah,
Make it
man, just
Xbox 5.
make it simple. But anyways, anything else you got?
Dude.
I'm pretty dry. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
at the point where I just kind of want to see what kind of happens next.
Yeah.
This is like turning these video game consoles like watching them is really interesting at this time period.
Very entertaining.
There's a
Very
lot
entertaining.
of money moving around.
Tons. Tons of it. It is
All right.
fantastic.
All right. Well, thanks for being on, Matt.
Thank you
Appreciate
for
the
having me.
time. Absolutely. Thanks for being here for them quick hits. Anybody that came out to watch. I'm usually doing my episodes every Tuesday and Thursday behind them sticks. Up next, we're supposed to be having Sensei. People know him as Sensei Kills or Sensei Thoughts.
Yep.
But that's going to be really fun. That should be live, very first live whole episode of Behind Them Sticks. So that will be really interesting. So definitely come out, check us out, like and subscribe. And I will have, or actually, I already do have Matt's stuff in the description below. So hit him up, follow him, subscribe to him as well. He makes awesome content. And
Thank
I
you.
actually had an episode with him previously. So if you want to figure out kind of who he is and what he
Yes.
likes, check